This game is like no other. I got you with the intro there, didn't I? The game just updated, and let's get into it. I chose another perfect character, and he'll represent me pretty well. So let's confirm. This time, I'm gonna be using the Blackguard. Now, I've never used him before. And oh god, where are we? Yeah, I've never used the Blackguard before, but because of the new changes, I feel like melee is gonna be something I want to try out. If I can survive just getting out of our spawn. I see that we are on a mountain. And there's quite a bit of mountains now. So I did limit the mods quite a bit. And I got rid of some of the big ones in my last one. Like, we no longer have X skills. So those of you that didn't like that, it's gone. And we'll no longer have to deal with it. Now, I do have a new terrain generation mod. And I must say it's quite amazing. It's called the Conquest landform overhaul. And it does some crazy cool stuff. However, it made my spawn pretty dangerous. Plus, we seem to be like in a snow biome already. Let's check the map, and oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. By the way, we should have so much water now, and that is one of the main reasons why we swapped up worlds, and I've been meaning to do it for a while because I really want to try out boats. This update in particular added a bunch of stuff for the water, so it seems like a perfect time. However, don't be too afraid if you like the old world. I still have some stuff planned for it, so do be expecting that. This is one of the spawns of all time I've gotten here. And I haven't even found a single rock or anything. But I'm just gonna keep walking and hopefully we find something good. Any rocks whatsoever would be amazing. And some cattail would also be great. Oh yeah, I can no longer just walk up 2 blocks. That's gonna throw me off so badly. You guys are gonna see me walk into a bunch of ledges thinking I can climb up them. But yeah, no longer. By the way, I will be adding the status HUD back again. Just I'm waiting for it to update. And once it does, we'll add it back. Wow, that is where I spawned, by the way, all the way up there. And we've only made it a tiny bit. We're trying to make it out this way. By the way, our new terrain generator mod is kind of insane. The reason why I went with it is because it's really good at making mountains. And I just really like mountains. And you can see that there's quite a bit in this. And boats are going to be kind of necessary to get around. Oh, it's actually green over here. What is that? That's granite? I love to see it because that is what I like to build with. There's so many sticks. Not a single rock. Hopefully nothing here to eat me yet. It seems relatively peaceful up until now. Ooh, look, some sap. I shouldn't be picking that up yet, but I will for now until I can find some stuff to fill up my inventory. We also got some larch logs. That is very interesting. I didn't see a single one of those in my other world up until we went on like a 60k journey down south. So it's really cool to see it immediately. Perhaps we'll get a build with it. It'd be very cool if we could find some redwood, unless we go really far down south. But that's not my immediate plan. Once we get a boat, we will be doing some exploration and trying to find the perfect place to set up a real base. But I'm basically just looking for anywhere flat right now so I can set up some sort of starter home. And hopefully that should be right out in front of me. Oh look, rocks! Finally! Now I can do some napping with this, which is really good. So we're gonna go ahead and make myself some tools. I don't believe it's as good as flint. However, it will do. I'll get myself a spear as well. That way if a fox tries to jump me, we'll be able to take him out. There we go. And we'll make ourselves an axe. Okay, we'll get them all made. And now we have a knife, a spear, and an axe. So we're practically ready. Ooh, copper. Of course, we're gonna have to go mark that down. Copper 1, we're using the pickaxe. Orange, save. By the way, it's telling me how long there is until my first temporal storm. Is that part of the update? Or is that a thing that you always see when you start up a world? I'm not entirely sure. All I know is I chose the default temporal storm duration and whatnot. So we should be seeing about half the amount of temporal storms that my other world had. Which I think is going to be key for when I'm playing this. Because we're going to add a lot of time into this world. And that'll give me a bit more time for building. So I don't have to go AFK in a corner for 10 or so minutes. By the way, there's so many rocks over here. That's so many tools. I'm never gonna need flint again, but it'd be cool to find some. I haven't seen a single thing of flint yet. Oh, that's flint. I guess we'll take it. Wait, I have flint in my hand. Okay, so I did have flint. I just didn't notice. By the way, I do see a trader up here. One of the mods that I did keep was the better traders. So we should be seeing some pretty unique trading places. This one just happens to be 2 carts. And we already got the treasure hunter. I do believe that this update said that the treasure hunter trader is meant to be a lot easier to find. I don't know if I got super lucky or if this is pretty much normal for everybody now. And we got an artisan trader. What do you have, sir? Oh, that is a cool painting. A bunch of vessels, bunch of cool stuff. However, nothing that I need. But yeah, we've made it out into open land. It's very ugly. There's a lot of gravel here. Be cool if I could find a plains biome, but this is definitely better than what I was just working with. By the way, look at that mountain right there. Like, that could be a prime base, and potentially we might just do that. Not now though, that's a later thing. I plan on building out in the open in the beginning, and perhaps we'll do some dwarf stuff later. Right behind this forest seems like a big flat plains, so we're gonna head over there. By the way, I also don't have the cows mod this time, so don't expect to see cows. There should be no easy food for us, so this winter's gonna be extra difficult. Plus, I am a blackguard, of course, so I'm gonna be needing a lot more food than I was before. So hopefully my trusty spear here can get us something. I do see some plants, which is very good because I'm hunting down flax right now, so we can get a flax farm up as soon as possible. We're gonna be taking some turnip seeds. I think I got one. And the most important thing for me right now is to find some cattail, which I assume I can find in the water that's mixed into these plains. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, so we got some cattail already. We're gonna go ahead and just start collecting. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch here. And look at that mountain. That thing's nuts. We even got lily pads here already. This world is very odd. I like it. So anyway, I'm just gonna collect a whole bunch of these real quick. That way we can get some baskets up and going. And I do believe I'm going to be making my base somewhere around here. It might even be at the base of this mountain over here, which is really funny because that would kind of shape up like my last base. Even though this lake is quite a bit smaller than my last one, so it's not exactly the same. This time, I do not plan for any castles. That's going to be very difficult on me. However, something I was thinking about doing is some sort of big mountain base. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie The Hobbit and you got the Lonely Mountain with like the giant gate out front. That's what I'm kind of considering here. Obviously, I can't make it as big as that actually was because that was massive. But I think that we could do a pretty big mountain base. I will be grabbing the quarry mod at some point. That will help us dig it out a bunch. And I plan on doing an insane amount of chiseling. Plus, if you remember from that movie, there was also a village right outside of it. So we get to do a little bit of building on the outside as well. But I do want to make it clear right now, we're just trying to set up a little base, little safe area. And just because I see this mountain right now doesn't mean that we need to build in it. There's also a bunch of berries just sitting around. So once I get these baskets up, we'll be able to start picking some berries and then I can eat those. And I gotta go do a lot of exploring when we have the daytime up. That way I can go get a bunch of crops for us to plant back here. Because as I learned last time, we need a ton of flax and we need to get started on that immediately. Same thing with animals. I'm gonna try harder to get animals up and going in the very beginning, especially the chickens. That's one of my biggest priorities for right off the bat. That way we can make a ton of bacon and eggs and stuff. And I think that they're pretty manageable early on. So we're going to be going for that. Well, we got 72 already. Let's see. How many can I make? That's a chest. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, I can make quite a bit. So let's get 4 baskets up. There we go. And now I have some inventory space. And when we need to, I can just turn the rest of these cattails into chests and stuff, but we don't need to this second. So it is 15:57 right now. I believe the sun will start going down 20 or so. So we are going to need to figure out our situation real quick. However, I do see this in front of me. By the way, I do have better ruins. Oh, I see roosters. Wait, is that 2 roosters? Why weren't they fighting? Only if I had my animal cages. I don't have that installed as of right now, but perhaps I can later on. Ooh. Can I pick that up? No. Wait. It says it's claimed by a treasure hunter. Hello? Yup, that is a treasure hunter, all right. He's right out in the middle of this field. I don't know, it feels like I should be building over here. Right at the water so we can be boating out. Potentially that's what we'll do. Also, what I've noticed, this has to be so cool right here. If I had to guess, this is like a little plains biome surrounded by big mountains. And there's a little gap right here. So we're going to have to check that out because this could be an insanely cool little base location. However, I do know where I'm going to be surviving tonight. So I no longer have to worry. Can I use your chest? No. That's okay. So we're gonna mark this down, and this is gonna be our home for now. So we can just come back here once it starts to get dark. But right now I gotta go around and collect some food. We also got some peat right here, which is perfect. Perhaps I'll grab that later. Some clay would be very nice if I could spot some. But if I could find some flax right now, it would be so perfect. Oh, copper. Oh yeah, I should have picked up that other piece of copper I found. Well, we found one here. We'll just mark it down, and later we'll be back to get the rest of that. Yeah, I haven't played early game Vintage Story for such a long time. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see how much I remembered. Probably 0 of it. I see it's already getting dark. By the way, how do you guys like the new clouds? I have it enabled for now, and I'm gonna give it some time to see if I like it. Right now I think it looks quite nice, but it just looks like it's kind of low res, so it's throwing me off just a tiny bit, but I'm gonna give it a real chance, okay? Ooh, we got some ruins over here. I know that these can be kind of dangerous, plus look at this tree right here. Nothing in here? I hear bees! We already found bees! Okay, that is quite massive for us. Okay, a ruined arming sword. Ooh, a farming vessel. And it has a scythe. Unfortunately, no seeds. Oh, seed vessel. What do we get? Carrots. Oh, we got another skeleton here. That poor guy didn't make it. Another seed vessel with some soybeans. That's actually huge. I do believe that gives protein. So that is something that we're planting very early on. And yeah, it's definitely getting a bit darker out. So while I'm waiting for the sun to come down, I'm just going to be collecting a whole bunch of these resources, like this flax right here, which is awesome that we found it. We'll get these planted in the morning, and it'll be pretty massive for us if we can get that going immediately. The more that we can find in the very beginning will start to snowball, then eventually we'll be able to get some windmills up, which would be pretty perfect. However, I'm not going to be rushing anything. I'm going to be taking my time and just enjoying myself. I have no real plans, and my only goal for right now is survive. I'm not going to be trying to go for iron in day 2. We'll get to the story locations whenever we feel like it, and I just want to survive our first winter. That's the only thing on my mind right now, other than copper tools, because I really would like a pickaxe. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear. I know that on my last series, there was 3 camps of people. Some people that were just completely fine with how things were going. Some people that thought I was going way too fast. Then some people that thought I was going way too slow. And I'm just me. I'm just playing, you know? But we did find some red clay here, which is absolutely perfect. So we're gonna have to go and make ourselves a shovel real quick. We'll try to get some before nighttime. That way I can do some pottery tonight. So there's a shovel. My inventory is already full. We'll get some chests up when we go back to the base. But for now, that resin can go. Look, there will be so much time to get as much resin as we need. Right now, it's not that big of a deal. However, it will be because I don't have X skills. So it's not like I'm going to be getting resin from cutting down trees, and that is something for me to think about. But I don't think it's going to make that big of an impact, but I'm certainly not going to be getting fire clay from digging red clay up, that's for sure. Okay, I got about a stack. We'll be back here in the morning probably, but hopefully a stack is good for us for right now. So let's go back to the treasure hunter. I do see some more clay right out here, and that is behind the treasure hunter, so that's even more perfect. And I do got to get my berries out and start eating them. Plus, real quick, we're going to make ourselves a chest. We're just going to throw it out here. I can store the grain and some of my seeds in there. The scythe can go, the flax can go, and the copper. So now I got inventory space. This place should be quite safe. It's already lit up. It's got a bed. Unfortunately, I can't go in the chest. Can I use your fire? No, that would have been kind of nice. Oh, I can't do pottery in here. Okay, can I do it out here maybe? Nope. How far away from this could I do it? Well, I guess right here could do. Look, I'm going to sit out here in the dark and hopefully I can get this done without being attacked. So I think the first thing that we're going to need is a pickaxe mold. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this done. Then we're going to need a hammer and an anvil mold. And a prospecting pick would also be quite nice. So I'm going to work on this and I'll see you guys if something tries to eat me. Or I'll see you guys once I'm done. Oh, the sun is coming up. And I do have to report that I've been at this entire time. I even had to go and get a little bit more. But we have a storage vessel, a falx blade mold, a clay cooking pot, some clay ingot molds, some crocks, some bowls, a crucible, a prospecting pick, a clay anvil mold, a hammer mold, and a pickaxe. So we're definitely getting set up here, and we have most of the things that I need for Copper Age. Plus, we got stuff for cooking and some food storage to store our cooking. So we're gonna make some pit kilns and try to get this going. For that, we're gonna need some wood. I should be picking up all the berries along the way too. These are gonna be what I'm surviving off of for quite a while, unless a bear tries to eat me and then we somehow defend him off. But honestly, I think that just eating some berries would be the way to go. And there goes my knife. Don't worry, we'll make another one pretty soon. But for now, let's start cutting down some trees. That way we can get some firewood. There's one tree, and oh man, that took half of my axe durability. That is kind of wild. Ah, some more copper. We'll go ahead and mark that down as well. There we go. And we'll try to cut down this tree. And there we go. Was that like 6 logs? Wow, it actually was. How much firewood do we get from this? Not too bad at all. Also cut up this. And that'll be a start. Ooh, some more spelt. Love to see it. Now we gotta go find a place to set up our pit kilns. I don't want to set the trader on fire, so I'm going to be doing it out here. Okay, definitely not here because that is peat. I don't want to see that happen again. We also need to get some charcoal up and going, so that's something to think about. But I think right here should be fine. We just got to get rid of a bunch of this grass that's around it. But I need dry grass anyways, so it's not a big deal. So here's about 12. I hope that will do. Also going to make a little platform above it to block off all the rain. So we're just going to steal some from the local hills. That will do just fine. And there goes my shovel. Okay, let's actually make a flint one. Surely this will be much better and hold us over for like 5 more blocks. Let's get that attached and grab a little bit more dirt. Okay, that should keep it all covered. Now I need to make another knife. That way we can get some dry grass and prevent forest fires. What I'd really like to see in Vintage Story is when it rains like this, if it could just add wetness to the area around it and maybe stop forest fires. But I could also see that being a double-edged sword. So if it doesn't rain for a while, maybe we just get some random forest fires. But who could tell with all the lightning? Which, just like last time, lightning can set my house on fire, and it really tried last time when I started to build my castle. So I know the dangers and how bad things can go with lightning, and I'm gonna do my best to try to prevent that. Okay, I'd like to think that this is all set, and my inventory is full again. So we're gonna have to go grab some more cattails, set up another chest, then we can get that going. And after we do that, we're gonna go on a big journey and try to find a whole bunch of crops and stuff, as well as the copper that we need to get our initial tools up. That way we can start mining it, as getting a pickaxe would be pretty big for me. That's one of the things that I'll be happy about rushing. By the way, I see a fruit tree over there. I don't think it's ripened yet, and hopefully we can get some fruit pretty early on. And fruit trees is also something I really need to get planted very early, because they take like 1 to 2 years to actually grow. And I'm going to be prepared this time. But there's one chest. We're going to go and grab some more for a second one. Then we'll be ready. By the way, as soon as I can and we get a little bit of free time, I plan on picking up all of these. And then we're going to relocate them somewhere easy to get. Oh, another fruit tree. Nice. Yeah, but getting some cattails in an easy to get area is going to be sweet. Plus, we have that scythe, but there's no real reason of using it yet. Not until they're bunched up. But there's another chest, and we'll go throw it down at the trader. I guess right here will do, and right here. We'll just throw everything into that real quick. We'll get them filled up with everything I don't need immediately, and we can just pick up all of these. I can just hear that trader yelling at me right now. He seems pretty upset that I've taken refuge in his house. I think he'll get over it. There's the pit kilns. Let's just throw all these in. I see I made one too many. We were pretty close to getting the exact amount that I needed. But let's start getting them filled up. I already know that I don't have enough grass, but we can get it started at least. And we're out. Okay, time to clear some more grass. Alright, there's another 76. Let's see how far we get with these. And there we go. I see I put my sticks away. I doubt I have anywhere near enough though. We're gonna have to go cutting down some trees and stuff. Let's see. 36. I also need the food. Well, that's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and make myself an axe. And then we'll get a bunch more wood. Which will get us a bunch of sticks as well. But we definitely need the wood so we can get some charcoal up immediately. The sooner the better. So, let's get cutting. There's one. You know, I should have been cutting down these trees. which is what I'm gonna go do now. So now let's get cutting. There's 1, 2, ooh, some flax, don't mind if I do. 3, and 4. I think that should be it for now. Save a little bit of the usage on my axe. That way we can cut up some of the wood. There's also a bunch of sticks on the ground, which is very nice for me. It would be cool if there was a bunch of copper too. Oh. Yeah, I didn't actually expect there to be copper right here, but that's awesome. Again, I think that we need like 40 pieces, so we really got to keep our eye out on it. This one had the most copper out of it, so I think this is going to be the first one that we visit once we get a pickaxe, because there should be a bunch under this. Right now, I already got 28 pieces, and I think that... Oh man, that just scared me. But yeah, I think that there should be some back at the base as well. And look at this! I missed so much flax! No flax. Oh, flax seeds. More seeds, thank you. Oh, some carrots. Awesome to see. And some copper. I'm not even going to mark that down. There's only 1. More flax over here. And more copper. So let's head back to the kilns. And hopefully we can get that started. I kind of doubt it though, but we'll try. So let's get these on. There's 3 left. I must get more sticks. I want to get them all going at the exact same time. Definitely not necessary, but I just want to do it. So that's what I shall do. And there we go. Got another 47 or so. Plus I can just grab some off the ground. And hopefully that was enough. I think it should be. Yep. Now let's get some firewood thrown on this. There we go. It's all filled up. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a fire starter and a torch. 1 will do for now. And try to get it lit. Oh, that was quick. I remember spending so much time on some of those. I think I just got so lucky, and I'm not complaining. So let's get all these lit real quick. And there we go. Hopefully no grass grows around these. If we don't set any forest fires, this is going to be a major start for us. That'll be a pretty big accomplishment right off the bat. So now we got to go find some more seeds and crops and a little bit more copper. We're so close. We got 2 in there and 3 in there. Wait, we have exactly 40. I could potentially get us a copper pick pretty quickly. I just need to smelt this into a pickaxe and a hammer. Then we can go mine some of our copper and finally get us started. That will be pretty big. By the way, how many seeds do we have right now? I know that we have a decent bit. Yeah, 23 carrots, 28 flax, 5 soybeans, 1 turnip, and 13 spelt. We should up those numbers. We could. It would be so easy. And I think that's what we're going to do very soon. But I think we're going to get what we have right now planted, as getting that started immediately will be a big help for us. And I believe we can just use the water right in front of us to get this started. We just need a bunch of soil around here. And luckily enough, this is all medium soil right here. So we're just going to pick up a bunch, throw it into that water. This will be a pretty massive start for us. It's funny because with the seeds that we already have, it's going to be bigger than most of the farms that I had on my first 100 days. And we're going to be doing it on like day 2 or 3. However, it is 18:31, which means that we need to go to bed pretty soon. So we're actually going to do this in the morning, and I'm just going to pick up a bit more clay. That way we can do some more clay forming in the night. It'd be cool to get an axe mold, a shovel mold, maybe some more crocks would be cool, more vessels. I don't think that we're going to need a watering can, because we're going to be putting it in water, so it's not a big deal. Maybe some more bowls could be nice. I don't have nail molds. I think we're going to live without them for this video alone, but expect to see them very early on, as they are one of the must-haves for me. Oh, and there goes my shovel. That's about 200 or so, and we can get some more molds up. Also, some more ingot molds would definitely be nice. So we're going to go ahead and make a couple more of those. I think at one point on my other world I had like 40, and even then I needed more. But anyway, I'm going to be doing this for a while, and unless I get attacked, you should expect to see me in the morning. So see you then. And it's morning. I did take a nap because I ran out of clay, and now it's 12. I guess that wasn't a good move. However, we have a ton of clay forming stuff here, but something I realized that I was missing is charcoal. Luckily, we got plenty of wood here, and I had clay in there as it turns out. We already got some firewood, and I gotta get us a shovel real quick. It's not like we even need that much, but we're gonna get a decent bit. That way I don't have to worry about it. So let's get the shovel made, Then it would be cool to just do it out here. So we're just going to start right here. I guess a 2x2 would be good. We'll get rid of some of the grass around this, as that will absolutely cause problems that I just simply don't need right now. And don't you worry, once all that stuff in the pig kiln is done, we're immediately going to start throwing this stuff in. We have so many crock pots here. We have 3 vessels. Why is there only 3? Okay, I guess I picked up one. We have the other 2 tools and some ingot molds. Plus, you can expect that I'll make some more tonight as well. And we'll just keep at it, and eventually we'll be fully stocked up. Make some firewood, and I think that this should be more than enough. We're going to have so much charcoal. Just you wait. But there we go. Let's go ahead and just get this surrounded like that. We'll just place a piece of grass, then some firewood. And real quick, I got to make myself a roof. That way I can pull out my torch. I think this should be fine, so let's get it lit. There we go. And it says it's a charcoal pit. And this should be done about tomorrow. So we do have to wait until tomorrow to get some copper, which is not that bad. I can just put that back. And we're going to grab my seeds. And we're just going to go set up a quick farm. We're going to be doing it in little circular patterns like this. I find that this works the best for me. This way, every single piece of dirt in here is going to be fully wet, and I won't have to sit here and water it every single time, which is definitely a huge bonus. I think most of the stuff died on my first farm that I threw up. Oh no. We don't have water on this one. Okay, it's fine. We'll just get rid of some of these. Yep, we're already screwing up. It was bound to happen sometime. I wish it would just fill in. This is going to bother me to no end. But yeah, most of the stuff in my very first farm died. And it was due to water. And you have to add so much water to it. So it was a pain to keep up with. And this completely eliminates that. However, animals can still come and eat them. So we're going to have to throw up some sort of dirt wall. And very soon we're going to throw up some animal traps as well. Just a couple pits in the ground with some stuff that lures them. And I'm going to try my best not to be killing all of them immediately. Last time we had a very big problem. And pretty much every single animal around my area got extinct. Like the first year. Oh, I screwed this up as well. No, we're not going to get water in that. But yeah, we did. No, we didn't. Please excuse my horrible farm. It wasn't my fault, I swear. You can't prove it. Luckily, there's no footage of it happening, which means it didn't happen. But I think this should do for now. And we just got to get ourselves a hoe. Or a couple, probably. So, let's go ahead and make a flint hoe. There we go. And we'll see how far this takes me. If I'm correct, I remember these having some big durability issues, so I think we might need multiple. Oh yeah, we're burning through the durability right now. And it broke. Okay, time to make a new one. There we go. Now let's get the rest of this. And there we go. So the flax is most important to me, so we're going to get that down immediately. I keep forgetting that jumping on these doesn't do anything. And every time I accidentally jump on them, I start to panic. But it's not really an issue. That was all the flax. We're definitely doing the soybeans next. Those are going to be massive for us. Then we have so many carrots, we might as well. It would also be awesome to get some onions. But I have not seen any yet. Oh wow, do we need a bigger farm? We'll get 1 turnip, and we'll do the rest as spelt. And we've maxed out this farm already. Luckily, I still have some more dirt. We can just come over here and do another one. Just like that. Get it with the hoe. There we go. And plant the rest. Okay, so here's our day 3 farm. At least I think it's day 3. Okay, it is. Yeah, this is pretty massive for us already. And I haven't even tried to go out and get a ton yet. I think that we could potentially go out and get like a stack or 2 of flax going. Really speed this up. But for now, this will have to do. And I guess right now we should try to wall this off. And my real only option is dirt. So we're going to pick up a whole bunch. And then we're going to wall this off so no animals come and try to eat it. As I fully do expect that to happen. And my shovel broke. Let's go ahead and make another. 1 shovel has been made, and more dirt is incoming. Okay, hopefully that should do. Let's start the wall. I think 2 should be enough. Bears might be able to get into it, but I don't think they're going to really be after my crops. At least that's what I hope anyway. Oh yeah, it's already becoming dark. That's what I get for sleeping late. Either way, in the morning, that means that we should be able to get some copper. We're just waiting on the charcoal, and then we'll be ready. By the way, one of the reasons why I haven't even started building yet well, other than us living in a trader right now, is because I am waiting to be able to make some sort of saw and of course a chisel. We're gonna work at making a cool house right off the bat, and I figured there's no point in making a little dirt hut, especially when we have that trader. So that's why I'm waiting, but fully expect us to build something cool in this video. It's just gonna take me a bit, but this is all done. I guess I can just put a piece of dirt here. That's our way out, this is our way in, and we just gotta give this some time. That flax is gonna be massive for us, and I expect us to plant a lot more very soon. Some berries would be amazing right now. The blackguard hunger is kind of throwing me off a tiny bit. However, we seem to be managing pretty well. But yeah, before it becomes dark, I'm gonna just run around and look for some berries. It's probably not a good thing that I'm actually sprinting. Also, I think I'm looking for teal. I can't pronounce it, but I'm looking for the stuff that I can make roofs with. I think it would be cool to actually use that this playthrough, because I completely skipped over it last time. But I know it can look pretty cool, so having that around would be pretty cool. But I have not seen any at all. I'm not really seeing any berries either. I do got some on me, but not a lot. Give me turnips? Yes! I can eat turnips. And if I wait till tomorrow, I can probably make a soup with it. But either way, I need to go back home. I found onions. I was just talking about onions. We got a seed. My inventory is full. There we go. I can make a turnip and onion stew. But yeah, we need to get home before I die to something. I haven't seen a single drifter or anything like that yet. And if I can keep that going, then I'll be pretty happy. Okay, we're back. Safety at last. And this time, we're just gonna go to sleep. And I'll see you guys in the morning. And we're up. Still raining, still thundering, I see. I just saw a big flash of light. Pretty much lightning is the only threat to my trader house right now. By the way, look at this roof. It's like they had one roof when they made this. Amazing mod, by the way. Oh, it just says it's pine planks. I don't think that's pine planks. I could be wrong though. Either way, let's check on this. It'll be done in 1 hour 46 minutes. And I think my pit kiln stuff over here should be done. But my inventory's full, hold on. We'll just go ahead and make some room. Luckily, I see some more berries ripening. There's even more here. And that's our breakfast. Okay, yeah, these are all done. So let's go ahead and pick them up. My inventory's not going to be able to hold all this. Luckily, we got a vessel. We can throw that at home for some more storage, which I need because my inventory's full. This, I guess, can just go with these. So right there will do. And I guess we can just throw a bunch of these on the ground as well. No reason to use up all my chest space. Don't you guys worry. We're so close to being able to throw up a real house. A real place to put all this. I can even take this little fire starter here and throw it up against that. Same thing with the hoe. And one of my spears, I guess. Now we have much more inventory space. So back to the kilns we go. Oh, there's flax. Don't mind if I do. Now, if I want to get bread up and going, we're going to have to go find some fire clay, I think. Or I can make some if I get enough flint. That would absolutely be worth it, but we got everything. We'll put these back at the house, then we'll go get the rest of our pottery and then put it back over there. So you go there, and let's pick up all this. We'll just throw these in, and the crocs. More crocs. Even more crocs. Wouldn't you know it, even more. 1 vessel, 2 vessel, 3 vessel, axe mold, and shovel mold. Yeah, so we just filled up 10 of these squares again. And I'm gonna get this all filled up real quick. First, I gotta go home for some of my granite. That way I can make some more tools. We might as well get that going early in the morning. I can always do all of our smithing and making the tools at night. But getting all this clay stuff very early on is gonna be very nice for us. So I'd like to get that done as early as possible. Okay, there's 2 knives. I suspect that we're gonna burn through it real quick. And let's get some grass. Oh, it seems like our charcoal is done, by the way. So yeah, as soon as we're done with this, we're going to start working on that. We'll make ourselves a copper pickaxe. Then we get to head over and just pick up a ton of copper. And we'll officially be in the copper age, which is where I'm going to start building us a nice house. Okay, there's a stack of grass. That should be more than enough. So let's get these filled. And there we go. By the way, look how bright it is right now. It's so sunny. Oh, I love it. I still think it's raining over there by the trader though. Not my problem. We're just gonna add the sticks that we can, which isn't many. And we gotta make a few axes so we can go cut down some trees and get a bunch of sticks. Plus, I'll need a bunch of wood for doing some base work. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Okay, surely 3 will be enough, even though I have 1 stick. That'll get me more sticks to go make some more axes. I actually think that these trees over here are gonna be better, which kind of sucks because I don't really like the look of maple wood. But it seems like it has a bunch more leaves. Like, look at this guy. This thing is gonna be easy to cut, and I guarantee you will give me more sticks than the other tree. Well, I guess we can test it out because I have 0. So let's get this cut down. There we go. So 7 logs gave me 9 sticks. Now we're going to cut this thing down, which is going to have way more logs, but I assume less sticks. And there we go. So we have 9 already. Let's pick them up. Okay, so I got the same amount of sticks, but 20 logs. Well, I guess we're sticking with pine. Wait, there's oak. This is even better. And I actually want to use oak. And I actually want to use oak for building, so that's perfect. We'll try to get it cut down in one go. Hopefully 3 axes can do it. I know that these are usually beefy. Oh yeah, this one's taking a while. My guess is it's at least got 30 logs. And there we go. Did it break one of my axes? Yeah, it did. It broke an axe and almost broke a second axe. But yeah, I do see quite a bit of materials here. Lots of logs, lots of sticks. Oh wow, this is way more than 30. So yeah, 74 logs. And I think that was like 40-ish sticks. And there's another one right here. However, this is going to break my axes and not give me anything. Hold on. Let's be smart about this. We'll make another axe. I might even make 2 for this. Okay, there's 1. And there's 2. Okay, so let's try it out. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, this one's definitely giving quite a bit more. And we should have enough sticks for those pit kilns, that's for sure. So I have like 180 logs and 106 sticks. I'd like to think that'll be enough. So let's return to the pit kilns. By the way, raining right there. There's even thunder and lightning. But it's nice and bright out over here. I think this is where I need to set up my base, like right over here-ish. Which is cool because that's at the bottom of this mountain. Honestly, this little flat area would be perfect. For a starter base, that is. I just want to keep mentioning that. I fully don't expect us to live here permanently, but for now I think that this is a pretty great spot, especially because we're by the treasure hunter. I can't say it for certain because I haven't been over here. I gotta assume that we're gonna be living over here, or maybe even right here because it's got the same deal. But there's water out here, so we can make a really cool dock, and then we can boat out from here. But also, maybe we don't even live anywhere near here, and we just venture off and then find a new place. I'm just gonna put my tools here for now. I should have some firewood, and we can head right back. By the way, look at these flowers. I think I'm gonna be using this for my beehive, by the way. Those look cool. Maybe I'll even mix it. I think it does look really nice with whatever that is. Dwarf firs? I don't know. It's even perfect because it's dwarf. And I plan on living into a mountain. It's like it was destined to be. But anyway, let's get all these filled up. There we go. And let's get them lit. And there we go. So all that's going and I don't have to worry about it for another day. Now we can finally work on the copper. Which we're just going to clear out some of this grass over here. That way I can throw a fire down and not have it. Wait, it doesn't even matter, does it? Yeah, fire doesn't spread. Well, from fire pits anyway. I don't think I have to be all that worried. But anyway, we got that there. We're just gonna dig into this to get some charcoal. Ah, we were so close. I did get 45, and there's a couple there, but we're just gonna leave that. If I really need it, I can come back for it. But let's get the crucible. We can just throw it on, which you can now right-click it. That has been something that I've always wanted. Was the ability to right click it before it wouldn't do it, and I no longer had to worry about it. So let's throw some charcoal into there. We'll grab my copper, which I need all 40. We'll get that spread out and we'll get that lit. There we go. Let's make sure we get the right things here. So we definitely need this, 1 pickaxe mold, and the hammer mold. If I'm correct, I believe that's exactly what we need in the beginning. We get the pickaxe so we can go and mine a whole bunch. And then we have the hammer so we can break it up. And then we can smelt it into the rest of this stuff. Which, the next thing that I'm probably going to want, which would be the prospecting pick mold. That way we can take it out and then try to find some tin or even bismuth so we can start making some bronze. By the way, don't you worry. Freedom units does work for this update, so we still got it going. So if you're confused at all, please note that we do have that going. It won't make that big of a difference for you, I swear. But it'll be such a big difference for me. And I think after we're done with this... Wait. I need tongs. Oh, no. I forgot about tongs. Okay, so we need some coil rope, which we can just use cattails. Anyway, what I was saying is after we're done with this, I'm probably going to make some food. Make that veggie soup. because I don't have a lot of berries right now. I don't think there's any cattails over there, but there was some in some of the water next to me. Maybe I can find some berries while I'm out as well. Okay, here we go. Gotta quickly get this before that stuff smelts. Yeah, I'm so used to not having to use tongs because I usually have those blacksmith gloves. Which, by the way, I don't have that mod enabled right now. There's a good chance I will later on, but right now I definitely do not. And even if I did, it wouldn't really matter because I don't have any leather. Okay, do I have enough? Just like that for one rope. And there's the tongs. Okay, crisis avoided. Ooh, copper. And that's really close as well. We'll go ahead and mark that down as well. Copper, orange, save. And let's head back. Put the tongs in my hand. How are we doing? It's done. Let's get this poured. Then this. And we're good. You can just put that there. We just gotta wait a bit for that. I need my pot. We'll just put the pot on. And my turnips and onions. Okay, so can I do like 3 of these and a turnip? I can. And while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna go see if I can find some berries. Luckily, I haven't been that far over this way, so I expect to see some. Hello, chickens. Hi, rooster. Yeah, I don't see any berries around. So many of these. Oh, I'm starving. I probably shouldn't be sprinting. Yeah, so many of these aren't ripened yet. That's a bit of an issue. Oh, I just heard a drifter. Oh, I found tool. There's so much of it here. Okay, I gotta get back to my base so we can eat, but that is amazing. And I do believe we're gonna be using that for our starter roof. I don't know if I'm actually gonna fully like it or not, but we'll definitely give it a try. Oh, berries. Yes, I'm no longer dying. And it's definitely becoming nighttime out again. Are you done? You sure are? Get that placed. Grab a bowl. Let's take some and eat. Awesome. And we're still half hungry. I guess I'll just eat 2 turnips. I know I could have cooked them, but it was easier just to eat them, okay? I don't suppose there was any berries around here either. Just in case I need a nighttime snack, you know? Here we go. And there's so much more tool over here. This one's even closer. Ooh, I see some veggies. Even more over there too. Not quite done, but I'll take them. Who knows when I'll be back? Might as well. Yeah, see, we got 5 seeds. That was worth it. That was better than 0 seeds and me never returning and seeing them again. Oh, here's some berries. And is that more? Yep. More? No. Alright, we're back up to full. And here's some more carrots. Don't you guys worry. As soon as our farm gets one singular harvest, we're going to be set. My plan is to be so stocked up for this winter. We're going to live forever. We're never going to starve. But we're going to go back in here. And we're just going to sleep in this nice trader's bed again. Good night, trader. And we're up. Oh man, I wish I could take those off his wall. Well, I have to try. Oh, I wish. What a shame. Either way, I still got some berries. Good to see. And my copper tools are done. So we'll just get some stuff stored away. I simply do not need all that right now. We'll pick them up and get them made into real tools. There we go. And I'm even going to make a rack here, which I'm going to stupidly put right there. And I can put the hammer right there. So I believe the really good copper deposit was over here-ish. So we're going to head over there. Oh, God. Oh, no, that's a boat horn. That's a boat horn. Oh, I don't have any of my tools. Crap. Crap. Oh, no. Oh, no. Give me the dart. He's afraid of the sunlight. It's okay. That's not true, but it's okay. Okay, that could have been so bad. Hey, look, more copper. Anyway, I'm going over here. And also, I'll check out that tree. It would be absolutely amazing if it was just full of fruit. We would be set for days. But yeah, definitely not. But we got some berries. Next best thing. And we're full up again. Okay, so I do believe the copper was right here. Got a baby deer. Oh, that's a full deer. Hey, sir. Don't mind me, I'm just copper hunting. And let's dig down. And there it is. I'm sure this gravel won't be annoying at all. Why would it? We're gonna be responsible here. We're gonna dig out some of the gravel on top of this. I'm not gonna die to gravel. That would be a horrible first death. We're gonna be fine. If only this copper was like 1 block deeper, would have made this so much more simple. What's really cool about all this granite here is I definitely think we're going to be putting that towards our base. I really do like the look of granite. So it's kind of perfect. But I was really getting into that claystone ashlar. I think it was like cracked ashlar. And it was also aged. So I will be missing that. The only way that we're going to get that back is by exploring some better ruins. However, I do have that right off the bat this time. So all around should be a bunch of better ruins. And I won't have to go out like 20k blocks just to find some. So that's going to be pretty nice. And definitely expect me to be exploring a whole bunch of them. That mod is so incredibly cool. And I knew I had to grab it for this playthrough. So I'm glad it was updated pretty quickly. I think this is the last block. Seems to be that way. And we did get 44 chunks. That's 660 copper. I could make a prospecting pick, but we're gonna go get some more. That way we can get an anvil up at the same time. That's one of the main things that's holding me back from doing my building. We need an anvil so I can go and make a saw. Then we can use the saw to make a whole bunch of wood planks and a lot of other materials I'd really like to be using. Plus, we also need a chisel, of course. And if I can, a pantograph would be amazing. Because I do, in fact, have QP's chisel enabled. And that is by far one of my favorite mods. So I'm glad that it updated pretty quickly as well. So be ready for some chiseling right off the bat. But we did find some extra copper here. I think this is one of the ones that only had like 2 pieces of copper on the ground. So I don't expect it to be as good as last time. But hey, it's better than nothing. We do need 900 units for one anvil. Plus, we're going to need a couple hundred for the other tools that we need. So we're going to try to get that in one go and get fully ready for the copper age. I think that was it for here. That was 460 units. So we do have enough for that anvil in like one tool. But, oh god, that's a Potorn. Are you the one from the cave? Oh, I see there was a rift. I have some more over here. We're gonna get away from him and then just go this way. By the way, current rift activity is medium. Okay, I see one in front of me as well. How's the crops doing? I haven't checked it for like 5 minutes. Hey, it's growing! Let's go. Absolutely love to see it. Also, yeah, I do gotta worry about food. All this mining is making me hungry. So hopefully we find some more berries. Our next thing of copper should be right about here. Huh. See, I definitely marked it down for here. I went that way, and this way. I even dug down a bit just to see if it was under this rock layer. Which it sometimes can be, but I don't see any of this copper. So there might not be any here. We'll just do a tiny bit more digging, see if anything pops up. But from the looks of it, I don't think there is any. Unless it's over here? I don't think so. Well, it's a perfect time to just run around and look for some berries. And maybe I'll find some more copper while we're out here. Or even some pigs or something would be really nice. Look at all the raccoons! Look at them go! Ooh, some carrots. Don't mind if I do. One whole seed. Let's go. I see some berries. This is what it's all about. I will not starve. Oh, there's a rift. Right next to some berries. I gotta go in. Let's make it quick. Grab some berries. I don't plan on saying hi to Dave today. I'm also looking for a whole bunch of flint right now. Because if we get a bunch, we can start making some fire clay. And if I can make ourselves a clay oven, that would be huge. So I absolutely need to get a whole bunch of flint. Oh, here's copper. Perfect. Let's get digging. It should be around. And there goes my shovel. Yeah, I don't think there was copper here either. I'm just having very poor luck. Oh, boar! Okay, guys. This is our first fight. Let's get him. We got this. I'm a blackguard. I'm good at melee. I'll destroy you. Oh, no. I got hit in the back. There's 2 of them. Oh, no. Die. Die! No, don't you run away. Don't you run away. I think one's chasing me as well. Oh, we're running past berries. Why are you so fast? I'm not used to being a blackguard. My hunter used to be so fast. Oh, we got him. Is that other one coming? I don't see him. Let's get him. We need the fat. And there's some food and fat. Hey, we're going to be eating good tonight. So the hide that we just got is extremely nice. That can be used for a backpack. So we're actually going to take that fat, then mix it with the pelt, and we're just going to let that cure over time. We're going to go back this way, see if I can find that other boar that was chasing me, as that would be a whole nother backpack. Now, I could be going after like these foxes here. Ooh, copper. That is awesome to see too. I could be going after those foxes, but I don't know. I normally don't go after small animals like that. Not only because it feels wrong, but because they don't really give you a lot of resources. If I really wanted the fat, then I might. But since I'm now spear hunting, it's even more difficult to do so. So now I really don't want to be going after them. Oh, here we go. Okay, I was getting a bit worried there. So this one was actually quite deep, and I think some of the last copper that I couldn't find was probably also deep like this one. Normally, I'm used to it being extremely close to the surface, so I guess I gotta dig a little bit deeper. I really need to make some ladders so we can just dig straight down without having to make staircases. So perhaps we'll do that pretty soon. Ooh, I hear a wolf above me. That's not what I want to hear. But there we go. That should have been all the copper. We have 1,400 units in this stack alone, plus we have 660 in this one. I don't think they'll stack, yeah. They're different. But yeah, we should have plenty of copper now. We're just gonna head back to the trader. That way we can get all this smelted and get us all the tools required for Copper Age. We're gonna be so set. But we've made it back. The current rift activity is low. However, I've been seeing rifts popping up all over the place. So I'm a little bit worried for me tonight. But I'm gonna throw the pelt on the ground, get my crucible, place it in there. I can even just throw a torch right there. Make it a little bit easier to see. I need my hammer. That way we can start smashing up all this copper that we have. And now we got 2,165 units. That's what I'm talking about. Let's grab our coal. And of course, wooden tongs. We'll get all this spread out. We'll just drop all the coal in there for now. Oh, I need to borrow the torch. Let's get it lit. And there we go. So I'm definitely going to make another pickaxe. I don't need another hammer. But we are going to be making a prospecting pick. An anvil mold. Might as well get some ingots as well. Real quick, we're gonna go over to my pick kilns. I gotta assume that some of them are done over here, and we'll have some molds to fill out as well. The axe mold, the shovel mold. We got some ingot molds as well. And I think that was pretty much it. I'll just take the vessels with me because I can use some more storage, and we'll be back for the crocs another day. It's not like I'm gonna be filling up a bunch yet. I can just throw these down next to these. And now we got a bunch more storage. I'm actually going to pick one up real quick. And then we're just going to dig a hole in the ground. We can just throw it in. And we're just going to find all the food that I have lying around. Like the meat and veggies. Even the flax grain. And we'll just throw it into this container. And block it off. There we go. That's officially our first basement. And I'm just going to wait around for all this to smelt. Look, the rooster, it's taunting me. I have no way of capturing it right now. And unfortunately, it's not like I can dig around here and make like a pit. I could make a pit over here. And you know what? We'll do that. I don't expect much success. And I don't even need it to be very big. I do hear a rift, however. It's like over there. I really don't like that. Oh, it's literally right there. Yeah, that's not amazing. Let's go in. We'll just grab the dirt. That's still a prime resource for me right now. I need my hoe. We'll just till that real quick. Do they want carrots? I don't know. Oh, I see a drifter. There's a drifter right there. There's a couple of them. I'm just gonna back up. I was never here. They're so close. This is why I need a house. But don't you guys worry. As soon as we get all this up and going, we're going to be very close to building a house. And I think I did say I was going to do it like here-ish. So we're still going to be close to the trader. We can go and say hi whenever we want to. You know, I haven't even checked his inventory. I don't even know what he sells. Hey, buddy. What do you sell? So I can sell him a whole bunch of stuff, but realistically, it's not like I'm going to get much of this. But he can sell me some random clothes, an Omok tabletop, some blankets, some paintings, some metal parts. Hey, I thought I heard somebody. Okay, we're just going to close that. And then we're going to go to sleep, and hopefully our stuff is smelted in the morning. And we're up. Is he here? Okay, he's walking around. He's trying to use our crucible. Okay, let's run out. My spear might break, but my spirit won't. Die. Die. You're gonna be the first drifter dead. How do you feel? Oh god. Okay, it broke. We gotta stab him with the knife. We got one. Let's loot. And nothing. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. But we did it. We killed our first drifter. And I'm gonna go over here. And I'm just gonna pick up our spare flint spear. See, it wasn't a complete waste. But we are waiting on this still. I think I'm also gonna make a Falx blade. I'm smelting a lot of copper in there. I don't even know if I have enough stuff to use it all. So definitely doesn't hurt. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 700, 900. And then this would be like 1800. So we're gonna have like 400 in this crucible left. I mean, I suppose I could take some out. There we go, 1850. And we're not wasting any. Well, yeah, we should have a full set of tools after this that are totally worth it. And I'm sure you guys will agree with me. Oh, the fire got put out. Oh, yeah, and that did as well. Luckily, we got a fire started here. It's not too late. We can get this lit. There we go. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. But it's going back up to normal. We're all good. I really wish I could see the percentage on this when it's on the ground. I think I have to pick it up. Yeah, see, 39%. I hope that's an update in the future that we can actually see where it's at. But that's just a small detail that doesn't really matter all that much. What would be cool to see? By the way, anybody at all? No. See, I'm not exactly sure if this can catch chickens or not. And if so, it might have to be fully grown. What I'm thinking about doing is adding a trough here so I can add some grains. But that's going to require some boards, which means that we need a saw. I think that'll be way better at catching chickens with a trough. And we'll have to give that a try in a little bit. Okay, our copper's done. Let's pick it up. We're going to start with the falx blade. Then another pickaxe. Then a prospecting pick. Then an axe. Then a shovel. Then we're going for the anvil. Which, dang, that is expensive, but it'll be worth it. Oh yeah, crap! Okay, something I forgot about is I need to block these off. I forgot it can break the molds. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that for now. Okay, back to pouring this. Let's get the anvil. We're gonna get 1 ingot. Then a 2nd ingot, a 3rd ingot, and the last ingot. Now we only have about 50 copper left in this, so we're just going to pour it into the hammer, and I'm sure that one day we'll come back and finish that off. So let's get this placed, and honestly we're just going to grab the bowl real quick, put it back in there. We're going to dig this up, we'll get some meat, we'll get some turnips, and I even think I can do berries. We'll have a quick test. So let's see. That didn't seem to work out. Wait, there we go. Hold on. 2. The item ratio is wrong. Hold on, maybe I can add a couple. Maybe it requires more? I don't think so. Well, I can make 2 servings like that. Wait. There we go, 2 servings like that. We'll just go ahead and grab some more firewood, and we can just drop that in. I swear I can use berries in those stews. I just really have no idea how to go about that. I never really had to do it on my other world. Okay, our food should be done. We'll just drop it down. Or I think I can just keep that on me. So from what I've heard is I should be able to just right click this in my inventory with a bowl. We're going to be testing that out later. Basically right now I'm just waiting to be able to pick up this right here. Which can I do yet? Nope. As soon as I can pick that up, we're going to take it out and start prospecting around and see if we can find any bismuth or tin. It'd be really cool to get some tin, and then we can give it to this guy and he can give us the Resident Archives location. I don't think that we're going to be taking it on anytime soon. But it'd be cool to get that out of the way. Okay, I think I can pick these up. So we did get 1 falx, 1 pickaxe, and 1 prospecting pick. I'm just going to leave the rest here for now as I don't need it immediately. So there's an extra pick. There's a blade for us to use, and there's a prospecting pick. As well as we're going to take these sticks right here, and we're just going to make a whole bunch of ladders. 24 isn't amazing, but it should be a start. And I guess we're going to start right here, to be honest. Let's dig a small hole in the ground. We just got to get down to this rock layer. We'll get some ladders that go back up, and we're just going to dig in some of the directions. Okay, make sure to do density search. We'll break 1 there. We'll break 1 over here. And lastly, 1 over here. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. I guess there is some copper around here. But no bismuth, no tin. We're going to have to go prospect elsewhere. I think right over here should be another good spot. Not too far, not too close. Alright, let's do this block. Then this. Then lastly right here. Okay, so nothing that I want either. It's a shame I don't have prospecting together yet. I really like that mod. It just makes it a lot easier for me to visualize. Especially when I can see the big squares on the map, because I have a hard time finding these little dots. And my eyes just completely overlook them. So it's nice to have that when I do. And I'm sure that we will later on. Oh yeah, and I do gotta go and get those bees pretty soon. I don't think I'm gonna do it this video, but it's gonna be one of the main things for next video for sure. As getting that early on is gonna be amazing for us. But we're going to get a prospect right over here. Which it seems like there wasn't much of anything over here. Very interesting. I'm going to go over to that hill over there and then see what's there. There we go. And again, nothing that we want. Getting really unlucky here. And it's getting a bit dark, so we're just going to get 1 more down. Then we'll head back to the base and probably do some more smithing with those ingots. We could potentially get ourselves a saw and a chisel and maybe get to work on a base tomorrow. because we're doing some light prospecting right now, it doesn't mean that we need to come back with bronze today. It absolutely wouldn't hurt to get bronze, but I'm not all that worried about it. We'll do a bit of prospecting here and there, but I don't really expect to come out of this with something great immediately. But we shall see what we get. And yeah, definitely none over here as well. So yeah, so far I did one here, here, right there, there, and there. I guess I'm gonna go back over here-ish and do one, but I definitely don't expect to see anything there. All I want to see is trace amounts of tin or bismuth. Then we can work it out from there, you know? And... oh! Minuscule amounts of bismuth. There's also hematite, which means that there's some iron around. No, I am not rushing towards iron, okay? But we're gonna be back here probably tomorrow, and then we can do some more prospecting around here. Try to find the source of it over there, and then we can just dig really far down a bunch and see if we run into any. By the way, I do want to grab one of these two. I'm going to say it differently every time I talk about it, but that gives me thatch. Oh, look at this. There's another beehive. Okay, that is awesome. Let's mark it down. Bees. Bees are definitely yellow. There's literally a bee sign right there. Potentially, we could get some flowers up and get that going. But we've made it back. Oh, God, that's a lot of drifters. And I hear a rift around. Okay, I guess I'm going to go to sleep. I was thinking about doing some smithing, but definitely not tonight. And we're up. There's a lot around my little camp area. Oh, there's a shiver right there. I just saw him. Luckily, we can just hop out the back. Not my problem. Although I would have really liked to have accessed my storage. Oh God, I got hit by a drifter. Yeah, my inventory is looking a bit full, but we'll be back. But by the way, with that thatch, it should be super easy to make these thatch roofs. And they can definitely look cool if used correctly. And that's why I'm so hyped to see all this around. We can take our scythe to it and just grab a whole bunch of roofing blocks. So expect to see me doing that pretty soon. But here's some veggies, some flax, some turnips. And we're just gonna go back over here and I'm gonna do some more prospecting. Oh, I see a boar. What's the odds that this is the one that I was stabbing before? Let's get him. Let's get him. Die. I need your hide. You're not running. You're not running. I'm sorry, buddy. I need backpacks. You are backpacks to me. And we did get a hide. We're gonna immediately just turn that into a pelt real quick. We definitely want the meat, which we'll get rid of the thatch. Yeah, those backpacks are gonna be so nice for us. But let's get back to some prospecting. Hopefully we can find some higher traces of bismuth, and perhaps we can get some bronze pretty quickly. So there's no bismuth here, there's no bismuth here, and it's only minuscule amounts from like right here all the way up to here. And there's none over here, so it's gotta be like in this little forest. Unless it's over here-ish, which would be that mountain. I guess I can go prospect the mountain real quick. And very poor bismuth here. So it's definitely in this location. Could be the mountain even. There was none over here too, which leads me to think that there might be some in this direction. So we're going to go over to this mountain and prospect it. Let's see. And it did drop. So it could potentially get higher like right over here. But that is a straight up mountain. So I think the plan is to go to that one that I just did before this with a whole bunch of ladders and then dig down, see if we can find any around. But I'm not in a rush to do that. Ooh, look, a rusty gear. I can get rid of some dirt. I'll take it. That's my first money, okay? I'm sure the trader's gonna be so excited. But I'm not in a big rush to do this. I'm not gonna go farm some sticks just for it. But what I am willing to do is start working on our base, and while collecting resources for it, I'm sure that we'll get a whole bunch of sticks because we're gonna have to cut down some trees probably. We can either hit that up later today or sometime in the next video. Oh God, I just stood on a shiver. Go. No, stop getting caught on things. Oh no. Oh no. Get the falcons out. Just go. I think he's still right behind me. Did you see that shiver? He looks so creepy. Climb. I don't see him. I think he's forgiven me. He looked like one of those ants that gets that zombie virus. You know, what if that was actually a thing in this game? I think it's the Last of Us cordyceps virus. Because the game does have a really big theme with mold and rotten stuff, which kind of lines up with the cordyceps virus. And maybe there's a link there, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's head back to the camp. Hopefully it's safe over there again, and I can actually empty out my inventory here. Hey chickens, do you want to head to my pit trap? I can kind of push you in the right direction. Nope, keep going that way. I have no real way of keeping them though. Let's see, he's kind of going to it. He falls into my charcoal pit. Yeah, go that way, dude. You really want those carrots. Yeah, now that I think about it, I shouldn't trap them. It's not like I can put some permanent light source down there to keep them. They'll just despawn over time. But let's empty out my inventory. We already did get one pelt, by the way. And this one should be coming along. We definitely got some food to put into here. Some more carrots, some more meat, turnips. And our ingots are done. So that means that we definitely need a forge. We can just throw that there. Throw the granite around. We can make a whole bunch of cobblestone. Lay that out like that. And now we got a forge. Which for now we'll just place right there. Also, let's go ahead and get my tools. And we're going to get those made real quick. We're not building a house, okay, but I do need to make a little workshop area. And by that, I mean I just need a roof so nothing's going to be put out. And I'd like to be able to walk under it. And we should be able to do some forging in the rain. Plus, we can put the torch back. Get the fire starter. And then we can get lit. And it should be ever so slightly safer. So, let's grab the ingots. We can just slap them into here. We can also break our anvil mold. And give us an anvil and place that down. Oh, I think the mold just entirely broke, so we're not going to be able to use that again. We'll grab our coal. We'll just slap one down. I guess we'll take the torch. I need to make more torches. But let's light the forge. There we go. And my goal right now is to get a saw, a chisel, a pantograph. And I'll actually just throw one ingot down. We're probably going to need that for like another chisel or something. I don't think I ever used a copper chisel, but if I had to guess, it's got to be pretty bad. Alright, they seem workable. Let's drop one down. And the first thing that we're doing is the saw blade, which should be relatively easy. Just gotta match up all the blocks. And man, I do love doing a little bit of blacksmithing. I haven't had to do this in such a while, and I kind of miss it. However, I would not have been missing it if I had to make as many tools as I did with all by hand, you know? But in these early game moments, it's just so nice. Even in mid game, and even late game. Until you start burning through them like crazy. But there's a saw blade. We'll just go ahead and add that to a stick. And we got ourselves a copper saw. Let's grab another one. Place it down. And we're going to make a chisel. Which should be extremely easy. And didn't require much work. Oh god. Oh god. Guys, I'm trying to do some blacksmithing over here. Jeez. Oh yeah, the falx. That was so worth it. Let's try to get this done. I can do the rest in the morning, but I want to get this one piece done. This is why we need a house. I shouldn't have put it off for this long, but I did. Let's grab this. Place. Pantograph. This one requires a little bit more work, but it's not too bad at all. I'm really curious to see how much durability this thing has. Oh god! Oh god, that's a shiver. No? Was there no shiver? It was just you guys? Get out of here! Get out of here! Let me make my QP's chisel. The amount of disrespect. He's a legend. I'll take no QP slander here. I shall defend his honor. But there we go. And that should have been everything. So let's get back inside. Yeah, I'm super curious to see how well that's going to work with copper. I was burning through it with steel. So hopefully it'll last. But let's go to bed. And we're up. Okay, we should probably start eating this food. Can I right click it? No? Okay, I left click it. There you go, guys. Are you happy? I did it. And that was actually really hardy. And the rift is gone. But we're finally ready to get building. Man, I hate how I look right now. I need the mask. I need a helmet. I feel so naked. Give me a bit. We'll get to work on that as soon as we can. That's a new priority. So real quick, we're gonna go pick out a spot to build in. I think there was a really nice flat spot over here. So yeah, I do think that we're gonna be building right here. It's going to have plenty of space, and it's not even like we're going to be building that big of a base. It's only going to be reasonably sized, and it's not going to be something that we hold on to forever. Remember, we're trying to build something that we'll probably abandon at some point, and then we'll figure out a real place to build in, and it shouldn't be all that crazy. So hopefully it goes well, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. And welcome back. So we have done some stuff and we finally have a house up and going. I've done a bit more work since you guys have seen it. Hopefully the montage was better than normal, but this is what we have. Basically, I went and done a ton of beams. There's rifts nearby, so it's not safe over here. That's why I wasn't here at the start. But we got a ton of beams. I even did this with the firewood. I really like how this looks. And it's meant to keep it dry. I also have a fence out here. The only reason why I did this was so the drifters would leave the window alone. They've been a bit of an issue, but it's fine. And this is the front porch. I plan on doing much more with it. Here's the inside. Basically, we got a nice little staircase so we can just come up to here. This is our loft. I think my bed might go up here. However, it would have to be like right in the middle or something. I'm definitely not putting it under this roof. I've had that happen enough one time. By the way, there is no window here. I obviously can't make glass, so we're gonna have to just leave it open for a bit. It's not like it's gonna become cold, and it's a bit high, so things can't jump up here. We'll be fine. Down here is kind of bare. We mostly have a bed, a nice little table next to our bed. We got a table here with a tiny stool, and eventually we're gonna get rid of this right here. I have that in the window so drifters can't jump through, and later on it won't be like that, so we'll have glass here, and it'll look much nicer. We even have a side door here, which leads out to the rift. But we're going to be adding some sort of smithy station here. And I think it'll be cool. It'll be semi-connected to the base. We'll have a large chimney that goes up. And that'll be pretty awesome. Right over here by this dead torch is going to be another chimney that goes up. And it's going to have a little fireplace for us to do our cooking and stuff. We're going to have shelves on the wall. The racks for our tools are going to be like over here. Our storage situation is going to be here. However, it's only going to hold like 2 chests. But it'll look nice. We might add some more chests like over here or even under this. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe some chests will go up there. I'm figuring it out as we go. But I didn't want to go too far on this. And basically to continue this build, I would have to go out, get some copper, get some more resources. And I figured we would do this next video. We would finish this place up and we'd officially have a nice little home with everything here. We'll definitely need some more decorations. More work. I think we're gonna move the pig kiln closer somewhere and then make it nice, of course, so it's not just that random dirt. We're gonna have a path that leads all the way to the trader's front door. That'll be just made out of pathing blocks, so that'll be simple. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this thing. This is so much better than my last first house. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it was basically just a cube made out of logs. And now we've finally upgraded. I was really restricted on the resources that I had to make this. So that's why it's all granite cobble and stuff like that. Don't expect all my buildings to look like this in the future. But for right now, this is all I had. I'm not entirely sure what we have planned for the future. We're gonna have to go out and find a real base location and then just build whatever would complement the area. That's how I go about building bases, by the way. Whatever fits the area will be what we do. I have some dwarven stuff in mind, and I also have some like elven stuff. Maybe we can do a mix of two, but only time will tell. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to get this series really going, and hopefully I can get them out at a reasonable pace now, because we're not doing anything insane like it was on my other world, so expect more videos. So that being said, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time.